Alright, so I started editing this episode and realized that about half the video footage got corrupted and those files were all lost. I was unable to recover them, so I'm just going to give you a walkthrough of what we did here. Most of the footage that we lost was just creating this front brace system. It was all the fabrication, us welding it together, stuff like that. So basically what we welded on the front here was new stop points for the boat. So when you pull the boat up on the trailer, it's going to connect with this pad here and that pad there. And the bow crank, we've got two bow eyes, one just inside of each of those pads. So that's what the chains are for. They'll each go to one of those. It makes a Y, so it pulls it around the trolling motor that's mounted center and sticks off. We brought this plate up and remounted this winch. Well, it's a new winch, but we mounted this winch here, so that way that's the winch that you use to pull on the bow eyes. Originally, the winch that was sitting here was the winch that we moved over here for actually raising and lowering the center lift trailer. We moved it over so you get a more straight line pull from that last pulley, and it's coming straight down instead of pulling towards the center. Plus, it gets it out of the way of this one. We did have to shorten the handle here because the handle was interfering with the chains, and it also was real close to where the trolling motor sticks out and you kept catching your knuckles on it. So we went ahead and shortened it, and now it's clear of everything. We added this diamond plate on here. You'll see that in the video. That's to give you a step point so you can stand on that to hook up the boat and stuff while you're avoiding the water in early season when it's still cold. We also did a full paint job on the trailer and added these spare tire holders onto our design afterwards, just to give us a place to actually store some spare tires instead of trying to throw them on the boat or in the bed of the truck. Wherever, we can now mount them up and they can sit right here. We added new lights. We ran it through the corrugated tubing all the way back. You'll get to see that in the video. And in the back here we added a few things, including we replaced the springs. These aren't the exact type of spring that was on here, but these work very well. I believe they're for like spring doors or screen doors. I got them TSC. They were relatively expensive and they put plenty of pressure to raise and lower the trailer. We also cleaned that and re-greased the slides on there. And then at the back of the trailer here, I get around all these bushes where I'm storing it right now, we added this system here. And this cross system we added as a transom saver bracket, so we can put the brace from the motor back and it gets pinned in right here, so that way the motor is being supported by the trailer and not hanging on the transom during transport. And as you can see, I moved the lights back. The lights were originally mounted in here. This would kind of block them, plus this brings the lights out a little further. Since the pontoons do stick out past the lights, we wanted to bring the lights back. So I got the lights back. You can see where I got the license plate mount there. So I just got to put my license plate on here. But otherwise, the trailer is in good shape. It came out really good the way we did it. And once our motor's done, we'll be able to get the boat out of the garage, get it on here, and hopefully about a weekend or so, we'll get it out on another week or so, we'll be able to get it on the water. Still waiting on a registration. I actually had to get a new title from the person that sold it to me, so he got that. That should be here any day. And once that arrives, I'll be able to go out to and go to DNR in person instead of trying to mail it again and get an actual title, since my other one never arrived at DNR. So this is where we're at with it. A couple little things we did leave. These were on the trailer already. They had a ring on them extra. I went ahead and left these on. I'm gonna actually use these as tie down points, so I'll be able to cross from this corner across to the other pontoon, and from that corner across to the rear pontoon to make an X cross and pull the pontoon up on, or not up on the boat, but it'll help keep it pulled forward. That way there's no risk in it coming off the back if you were ever to have an issue with the chains at the front breaking. So that's pretty much all the modifications we did to the trailer itself. Like I said, we added this loop here just to kind of keep that in, and another loop there where the piece goes in. But this now moves very nice. It's quick and easy to pick up the trailer, so you can raise it and lower the trailer very effectively. It moves well. Go ahead and do that. As you can see, it it lowers well. Those springs and the fresh grease do a real good job at actually lowering the trailer there. You don't even have to crank it, it lowers on its own. So that's where the trailer's at. And it's going to sit right here until I can hook it up to the boat here and get the boat out of the garage. So like I said, I'm hoping the motor will be running this weekend. My new starter I had to order for it should be here anytime. We'll be able to get the motor running, and then that video will get posted not too long after this one. And like I said, that should be the last one, is just getting the motor running, because at this point the boat is 100% done, minus the couple gates I wanted to put on it, but they're trivial. I can put them on at any time. It won't take me too long. So we're pretty much ready to use it. Just need the registration, that motor running. That's where I'm going to cut this off for now. You can enjoy the rest of this video of the actual trailer build, or what's left of the trailer build from the footage that I had. So that's it for now. Alright, so this trailer's drying here. We've got it painted. It's nice, looks brand new now. Got all our front stuff set up. The only thing we're left to add to this, we got to put our 2 cranks on, and I'm actually going to add spare tire holders on each of these. So one right here, one the same spot over there, so that way I can mount a spare tire on the side of each one. So that's the last thing to do. We'll just have to repaint that when we do it, but that's not a big deal. We at least got the bulk of it done here. So this is set up. It's sitting on the blocks there. What we're doing, I've got to get the lights mounted. I'm not going to use the light brackets that were previously used. I'm actually going to bring the lights up and put them on this bar that we added. So I'll put one light on each side, and I'll put the license plate over here on the bar so it's a little more visible. Because there's already going to be a pontoon sticking back pretty far past this anyway. So at least if I bring it out here, the lights will be a little more visible than hidden way up in there. So that's where the trailer's at. It's pretty well done at this point. Just got to put the new wiring and the new lights on it, and we'll be good to go. I'm also going to replace the seals in the hubs, because there's some grease oozing out the back pretty heavy. So probably just gonna go ahead and do a seal job on those. And the bearings feel good, so I shouldn't have to change out the bearings, just do a quick swap of the seals. So I got to get those off tomorrow so I can figure out what size seals I need. But that's pretty much what's left on it. And then we just have a little bit of work left to do on the boat itself. And aside from that, we're just still waiting on the actual boat registration. I mailed it. This week will be 6 weeks, and DNR still has not received it yet because the post office is being incredibly slow. So that's all we're waiting on. But there you go. Nice new painted trailer. Looks all brand new. It'll be real nice once we get this whole setup up and running. It's going to all look brand new. So that's where we'll end this one. We'll pick back up tomorrow or so with some more work on it. Alright, so we're replacing the trailer spindles so we can put new hubs on it to have a better, more accessible bearing size on it than what's on this, because this is old. So we're just replacing it. That's what we're doing now. Alright, so now we got these welded on. We got our new stubs welded in place. So these are actually a readily available kit. It's the standard 1 3/8 bearing kit that you can buy instead of whatever the other one was, like a 1 1/4 and a 3/4. So they're very difficult to find. You can't find them in stores and kits. These you can. So a little extra work, but now I can do roadside repairs a whole lot easier than I could prior to this. So looks like we got a good weld all the way around that one and the other one as well. But now we're well set and we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and get we got the hubs packed. We're gonna go ahead and get the hubs in place and get the tires back on this so we can flip the trailer around and mount the spare tire holders that we built on the front. So put the camera back up, we'll take care of that. Cool. All right, let me pull the camera down. You kind of see what we're doing, what we did. All right, so
now what were we gonna do as far as top ratchet points here? Do you know?
we'll figure that out here in a second. But
Maybe here.
we can. But here's our bow eye system. So we got this crank comes out to this Y piece to go each of here, so that way it clears the trolling motor. Nothing's in the way of the trolling motor. And then when we're on when your trailer you want an issue, you see where we got our contacts set up. So it contacts the boat. We'll have our spare tires go right there, and you got plenty of leeway up to the front of the boat, even for the bigger tires that are on the trailer. So we'll have one mounted on each side. We put new heavy duty tow chains on the front, so that's all good. At this point the trailer's pretty much done. Last thing we gotta do is put our diamond plate on here, which we'll do that tomorrow. And then we just gotta get her wired. So as far as construction on the trailer, we are done. So that's where we're gonna cut her off for now. Alright, so we are setting up to mount the aluminum step points. So we're threading the steel so we can screw it in place with some machine screws here, because we tried stainless self-tappers and that did not work. It just shredded the self-tappers and broke them. So we decided it'd be easier just to drill the holes to the right size, and we're going to run it in with some pan head screws here. So I've got 2 more to tap, and I'm going to start attaching this small piece. Alright, so we're going to get the lights wired into the trailer, and then the trailer will be 100% ready. So first thing we got to do is drill our holes and get the lights mounted. Once the lights are up, then we'll be able to run the wire through the corrugated tube and get that attached all the way around. So shouldn't take us too long, and we're going to get rolling here. Now that it's connected,
Now it's
that can work.
permanently there.
Yeah.
All turns on. Brakes work.
4 ways.
Yup.
Left.
Left's good.
Right.
Right's good.
Whoa.
Sweet.
All right.
And they turn off.
All good.
Woo.
All good. There you go. All the lights work. And the trailer is ready to roll. Now we just gotta get the motor running. So that's where we're at.